This is Ashley with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 anime changes that made fans rage quit. For this list, we're going to be looking at the times when an anime made an alteration to pre-established lore that sent otaku into a tailspin. Let us know which of these alterations made you smash your keyboard, and as always, you can catch me on Twitter at AshJBo, so head over there, give me a follow, and let me know which anime list you want to see next. Number 10, Aliens. Mobile Suit Gundam 00 the movie, Awakening of the Trailblazer. The Gundam-verse has gone all over the map in terms of what they can get away with when it comes to giant robots beating the crap out of each other. That being said, it's always stuck to the crucial notion that the main focus should always be on humanity and the consequences of war, something that was wholly prevalent throughout Gundam 00. But then the movie had to balls that up when it introduced aliens. Really, aliens. Hard to focus on the darkness that lurks inside the heart of man when Setsuna is blasting the bejesus out of E.T. Number 9, Childish Aesthetic. Pokemon the series Sun and Moon. It might be a bit redundant to complain about Pokemon of all things being childish, but it's evident that once Ash made the trip over to Alola, there was a big shift, especially from a visual standpoint. More than ever, the kid from Pallet Town resembled a 10-year-old, the characters were eerily squishy, and overall it just lessened the impact of its more hard-hitting stories and action scenes. It's a shame because what they did with the animation back in X and Y was pitch perfect. Number 8, the gags. Duel Masters. Early anime dubs are an interesting thing. Sometimes you get diamonds, other times you're up to your neck in crap. In the case of this Monster Card 3D-a-thon, we got something in the middle.
Did I ever tell you I once lost a duel to a kid in a chicken suit? What?
There's nothing inherently wrong with the performances, it's just that whatever seriousness was in the original was swapped out for gag after gag after gag after gag, while also breaking the fourth wall on every bloody occasion.
Look into my white vacuous eyes, boy!
We're sure this must have been a blast to record, but after a while it starts to resemble a half-baked abridged series.
I attack with Rothus the Traveler, EK!
Number 7, Evil Eins. Overlord. Some were cool with it, others not so much. While he wasn't exactly what you would call a noble soul, for most of his early career, Bone Daddy Eins only brought death to those who deserved it, something of an undead anti-hero that was not to be crossed. But all that went out the window when he took great delight in entrapping, torturing, and killing a group of adventurers. Maybe fans wouldn't have minded so much if it wasn't so intense. Nobody wants to see a group of likable NPCs get ripped apart, or doomed to fates too disgusting to even mention. Guess Eins really was all about that chaotic neutral life after all. Number 6, Kaiju Species. Godzilla Singular Point. Finally free of Netflix jail, the King of Kaiju's latest reimagining was free to rampage and entertain. And fans had a few grievances. Turns out that instead of being singular beasts and true miracles of nature, many of the kaiju that Godzilla had battled over the years were presented here as part of a larger species, meaning there was no end to them. Ask any Godzilla fan and they'll tell you that having a million versions of Rodan compared to only one ruins the original's integrity. That's like everyone and their cat having a personal jet jaguar. It doesn't work. Number 5. Card games on motorcycles. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Playing duel monsters while speeding along at breakneck speeds has since become a beloved meme. Sure, it jumped the shark, but fans have come to adore how ridiculous the idea is. Of course, when it was first announced, there were a few skeptics. Dealing with the likes of Kyberland and Duel Academy was already next level loony, but now we have duelists combining synchro summoning with potential vehicular manslaughter. You can see why it took so long for fans to just accept the madness. Number 4. Major tonal shift. Samurai Flamenco. If this anime had stuck to its guns and played out the story it seemed to be trying to tell, then it could have earned itself a spot as a nice niche series to be enjoyed. But alas, it fell at the final hurdle. Originally, this was about a model who wanted to be a superhero, only to be met with the cruel realities of the world at every turn, that spouting about justice and trying to do the right thing doesn't mean much if you're just a man in a costume. Then a giant gorilla with a guillotine in its belly appeared. There's a time and a place to go full tokusatsu, and this wasn't it. Number 3. Pretty Boy Makeover. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. If you're going to be remaking an absolute classic, you'd better come in guns blazing. In this instance, they condensed a monumental saga and splashed some pretty boy paint over it.
Draw at this point would be unthinkable.
Regarded as a giant of the sci-fi anime scene, this space opera sees two sides fighting for dominance in an ongoing war, one that focuses on the strategy and loss as opposed to the flashiness of others in its genre. One that was executed in over 100 episodes. This reimagining, it's shinier but far shallower, and OG fans weren't having it.
I'd enjoy testing their metal.
Number 2, becoming the Digimon. Digimon Frontier. Following on from the darkness and more mature themes of Tamers was never going to be easy, but for many, Frontier just didn't measure up. Mainly due to them turning the Digi-Destined into Power Rangers. Having Takuya and the rest able to transform into Digimon didn't sit well with some, since it did away with the companionship elements. A shame really, since the series boasts some great action, a solid cast, and tackles some heavy themes of its own. Alas, it just wasn't for everyone. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, joining Aogiri. Tokyo Ghoul Route A. In what way was this ever a good idea? Diverging from the source material happens all the time, but this narrative decision just felt like everything had come off the rails. Following on from embracing his ghoul half, our boy makes the baffling decision to join the organization responsible for torturing him. It's so lopsided, so out of character, and caused the rest of the series to leap through every hoop imaginable just to try to reach the canon conclusion. Guess that centipede must have sucked out his brain after all. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.